everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Mindful Manis and Chats. Today I am going to be presenting my very first haul of the summer, I guess. And it's also going to be my very first time trying a new brand, and that brand is Lurid Lacquer. I am very excited to try this brand and to tell you guys about my experience with it and just share a little bit about the brand in case that you aren't aware of. I actually made two separate purchases, one in April and one in June, back when they were only doing launches every few months or so. But if you're not aware, Lurid now has their shop continuously open. I guess there's a possibility that might change because they're still like an up-and-coming indie brand. But for now, they have decided to stop doing the thing where they like close the website down and then have it only open during launches. So now they're just going to have their website always open, and then they're going to restock, whenever they can. So I believe all the listings for these polishes should still be up, although I believe some of them might have not been restocked lately. But I believe Lurid has like a Google form that you can fill out and to just request any polishes that you're interested in purchasing, and they are open to restocking those polishes if they get enough requests. So nothing is essentially truly limited edition, if that makes sense. I don't know, maybe that still kind of counts as limited to some people, but regardless, they do have lots and lots of polishes. I'm not sure exactly how many. I feel like they have at least 100 available on their website or so. But anyway, I had made two separate purchases and I waited to just have all of them, try them out for a while before I make this review video. If I'm being completely honest, I originally made my April purchase because I believe that is when like the whole tariff situation was really ramping up here in the US, and Lurid had mentioned that I believe they might have to increase their prices for their June launch, and honestly that struck like a little bit of FOMO in me. And I know I talk a lot about FOMO on this channel, like how to avoid it and stuff, but I think it just made me kind of realize that I did really want some of the polishes from them, and I really don't like spending more money than I have to, so I figured I would just buy them now while they were cheaper. Spoiler alert, it seems like Lurid never ended up raising their prices. I could be wrong on that. I haven't checked their website recently, but yeah, I don't think they ever ended up raising their prices, especially not for their June launch. I know that for sure because I ended up buying for that as well. But anyway, yeah, just wanted to be honest, that was the reason that I bought the first time. However, I had been aware of Lurid Lacquer ever since its inception pretty much. I had, followed their first collections and was very, very interested in them, but honestly, I don't like being the first to try something. I like hearing feedback from my people, like seeing what the formulas were like, seeing, if it was good quality in general. So I waited a very long time to try them myself, and their first release that made me feel like, oh my gosh, I really, really want this actually, was when they did green as color of the month. I don't remember exactly when they did that, but I think it was earlier 2025, maybe it was 2024, I'm not sure. But there were two polishes in that little launch where they really struck me as, oh my gosh, these look magnificent. And it was The Last Time I Heard You Laugh and Plant Ant. Those were the two that I was so interested in. And of course, I wanted to wait, especially because Lurid has a pretty long turnaround time, at least back then when they only had, those like separate launch weekends and stuff. So I think it took about a month for people to receive them, and then a while for reviews to come in and all that. So that's why, it took me a while to actually go get around to trying them. But yeah, those were the two polishes that were on my radar. So I bought those two in my first purchase from them, along with one other prototype shade, which is, I believe, the only prototype shade I have ever bought. And honestly, I just bought it because that specific type of polish is like one of my favorites. So I ended up kind of duping myself in a way, but not exactly. But it is like my favorite type of polish, so it doesn't really hurt to have like a backup, I guess. But anyway, we'll get to that eventually. So yeah, those are how I came across Lurid and why I bought from them. And I feel like we should just get into the swatches and we can dive into more of the shades. Alrighty, first up we have Plant Ant. This one is described as a neon green base with a glowy green shimmer that shifts subtly to teal at extreme angles. Now, this is a color that I have honestly been craving all summer long. It's like this lime, almost chartreusey kind of feeling. I feel like it just encapsulates summer so perfectly, and of course that shimmer really just brings it all together in the end. I mean, look at that application. It is just so gorgeous. This one absolutely needs 3 coats. I think even wearing it with a blurring base coat, it still needed all 3 coats. But they are so smooth, it's easy to do the 3 coats because it just comes together so well in the end. I mean, you can just see how much this polish just glows, even just like in my bedroom lighting, which is where I filmed this, lol. But yeah, here's a picture in the sunlight as well. This next shade is The Last Time I Heard You Laugh, and it is described as a neon malachite green base with a glowy blue shimmer that shifts to purple at extreme angles. I mean, guys, you can see, but the blue shimmer in this is absolutely unbelievable. Honestly, this was probably the standout polish from all the ones that I tried from Lurid, and I'm so happy about that because this was basically the polish that made me want to try out Lurid in the first place. I mean, it is just absolutely gorgeous. I will say, and it's hard to see this on camera, but there are very, very tiny black flecks in the polish. They are absolutely not supposed to be there at all, but they are included and it's very hard to see, and then obviously I added more black flecks on top. This next polish is dubbed Prototype 268, and honestly this was my first time ever buying a prototype shade, so I didn't really know what to expect, but it's absolutely beautiful. Honestly, I was not expecting that teal base to come through so powerfully, but the shifts in this one are amazing. I also forgot to read the description. Oh well, it's described as a teal jelly base with aurora shimmer that shifts from purple to pink. So here at this angle, I feel like you can kind of see the purple to pink shimmer a little bit. It is absolutely stunning. This polish is just like one of my favorite types of polish, if you know what I mean. Like, I love a teal dark base with a very warm shimmer in it, and it just builds up so beautifully in those 3 coats. They were so easy to do. Again, Lurid's formula, I cannot get enough of it. They are absolutely perfect. They're like thick enough that they're not super sheer even when you build them out, but I love it. The next shade that I tried was from my June order, and it is Only Fools Fail to Admire. It is officially described as a soft pale pink with a glowy pink to orange to gold shimmer. Now this one definitely has more of a sheer look to it, but I knew that when purchasing it, I wasn't caught off guard by it. So I really liked the more delicate look to it, and the manicure overall was more subtle. But I will say that that shift in there from the shimmer is absolutely still there. It's hard to show on camera. I will also mention that on camera, this polish leans like very orange. It's probably just due to the lighting. It's bringing those gold tones out. But in real life, this one definitely leans more to being like a bubblegum pink, which is just like my preferred shade of pink. Here you can see it in the sun as well, so it really brings out those pink tones. The next polish that I got from Lurid Lacquer is called Frost on the Boughs. This one is described as a warm-toned pine green base with a glowy blue shimmer and hollow microflakes. This one, I will say, is a little bit more sheer than I expected it to be, but I really liked how yellow that green base was. I know it's a pine green, and it looks just like it, and it just reminds me so much of Christmas time, and the name for this polish also just fits it so well. I feel like that blue shimmer just peeks through those hollow microflakes so well that it really does look like, I don't know, like a shrub with like snow or ice on it. It just looks absolutely dazzling, and here it is in the sun. It's definitely darker in real life. The last shade that I'll be talking about that I picked up from Lurid Lacquer is called The Fields and Forests of My Youth. This one might seem familiar because I see a lot of people posting about this shade online, and that is absolutely what made me pick this polish up, but it is just so pretty on its own as well. The description is that it's a green jelly base with purple to pink to red shifting shimmer and bright green reflective glitter. Yes, you heard that right. I willingly bought a reflective glitter bomb and I absolutely do not regret it. It is just so stunning, and that reflective glitter you can see at all times. I live in Florida, so that sun shines bright and you can really see that reflective glitter in the sun. I was so excited for this polish, and I absolutely love the shifting shimmer and also just in general how dusty that green base is. Of course, if you're interested in the shade, I would recommend wearing a peel-off base coat and a glitter grabber as well. Alrighty, so those are all the swatches. What did we think? I know the polishes were kind of different, but also similar at the same time, but I feel like it was a good way for you guys to see like what my taste is in polishes, because you're like seeing what I am adding to my collection, specifically like what I'm interested in. So yeah, overall I would say that a lot of Lurid shades have that jelly kind of juicy sheer but not like super thin formula. So kind of like a mix between ILMP and Mooncat's formula, if that makes sense. But yeah, I really liked all of their polishes. I will definitely continue to support this brand, whether or not it's by purchasing or just, you know, of course, following them on Instagram and sharing their stuff. I am really into their whole theme. If you're not aware, Lurid basically, from my understanding, writes a poem. The owner, I believe her name is Karen, she writes a poem, and then each polish in the collection is named after a line in the poem. So yeah, so it's a very interesting brand. I mean, all of their polishes are so beautiful. You can tell that Karen really loves like greens. They are like so exquisite, the ones that she comes up with. I mean, that's why I bought so many from her. I feel like as a green lover, I can appreciate another green lover's like creations, you know? So yeah, I just really love shimmers and greens, so Lurid Lacquer is kind of like the place for me to be, if that makes sense. But yeah, overall, really happy with all the polishes that I bought. Let me know if you guys have tried Lurid Lacquer down in the comments below, what your experience has been like. I know that they are also participating in polish pickup as well as Hella Handmade Creations. So far, none of their PPU shades have interested me that much, if I'm being honest, but I would love to like pick some up from there as well, just because I do look at PPU. I haven't bought in a while, but would like to check out their creations on there as well. And like I said, even if some of these polishes are sold out on the website, I believe there is a form where you can request them to come back, and she would be open to bringing them back as well. So don't fret if some of these seem like they are sold out on the website. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next one. Bye!